All right, men, here we go. The culmination of the LOP. Foundational principles. We spoke about stand up. We spoke about lead. It is now time for us to delve into the concept of protect. If anything, out of all of those three foundations, I do see that men relate most to wanting to be the protector. Lots of men relate to standing up and leading. But the thing that excites men the most is, how can I protect my family physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally? And I believe that is because we as men intrinsically understand that there are dangers in the world. We intrinsically understand that we may be stronger or weaker than another man or even another woman, but that it is something internal. It is something in our DNA. It is something in our makeup as men that make us want to be protectors. So for almost 3 years, one of the main concepts that I've tried to teach through Leader of the Pack is protection. In days before, generations past, it was obvious that a father would teach a man, a son who would turn into a man, how to protect. But unfortunately, because of so many of the social norms that have been pressed into our society, it became unacceptable for a man to step forward and protect. Society decided to take that action as an offensive action, meaning my wife doesn't know how to protect, or my wife cannot protect. Or even worse, there is no space for aggression in this world, full stop. And that is not true. Many of you know me quite well, depending on when you listen to this. But many of you know me quite well. I am not an aggressive person. But I was taught, not by my father. My father is one of the most unaggressive people that I know. But I was taught through my training how to switch on aggression. That aggression does not have to be that I am always like this. I am an angry man, or I am an aggressive man, or I am a violent man. No. The aggression that comes into a protective mindset, a protective nature, is one that is able to switch on and off. It means that you can be walking down the street with your wife, enjoying the music in the background, picking a rose for her, speaking beautiful words of sweet love, and if in a split second, there is a reason to physically protect her, you will switch on like a lion and tear apart that which is endangering her, your family, or the people around you. It is not an easy path. Most people are either a protective nature that is constantly at people, pushing them back, and others are quiet, meek people, men. We in Leader of the Pack have never ever chosen the easy route. Because a protective man is one that can do both. Let's take a look at Abraham. Abraham was a kind, soft man that had his tent open at all sides. He was inviting to people. Strangers came to see him. But at the same time, when his nephew needed to be protected, Abraham put together a small unit of men and went in to save him. He became a fighter. Let's look at David, King David. Do you think that it is just happenstance that he was a shepherd? A shepherd who spends most of their time sitting in the field, thinking, contemplating life, creating poems, playing a harp. But then when there was a need to protect his sheep with his bare hands, he would do it. It made him into a small boy who could kill Goliath and made him into the most incredible king of Israel. One who was a lover, chased after Bathsheba, but at the same time had blood on his hands through war. Men, we've got to be that perfect balance. That is not an easy way to live life. But we must make sure that we have the ability to protect. We have been given, granted, blessed with the position of leader of our household. If a leader cannot protect, what makes them a leader? Even if it means that you can inspire, you can teach, you can mold. But if you can't protect all of that which you create, what is the purpose in creating it? What is its ability to last if you're unable to protect it? Now, I do not only speak of physical protection. There is spiritual protection that is not only needed in our generation, it's been there forever. God says you come into the promised land, destroy the idols. God doesn't want us to be around spiritual attributes that can endanger us and our families. We need to make sure to step forward and know how to protect our children from social media, our wives from social media, ourselves. And I'm not trying to say that social media is evil, but we know that the internet offers things that are physically and spiritually dangerous, emotionally dangerous for all of us. So how do we step forward and speak to our family about that without coming across as a dictator, but creating clear lines so that they understand that we are there to protect them? We are there in all ways to protect them. And this leads me to something that I believe with all of my heart. When a man picks and chooses when to step forward as that man, he is not given the respect as the man. When he steps forward, when he wants to do something as a man, when he thinks he needs something as a man, when it is self-serving to be a man, and does not step forward when things are difficult to be a man, difficult to be the leader, difficult to be the protector, then why would his wife or his children or the people around him say, yes, he's taking this role seriously? Rather, he's using it for his own benefit. But yet, if we are willing to stand forward in protection, which is one of the most difficult and dangerous ways or roles we have as leader of our family, well, then we are being true to who we were made to be. And there is far more respect that comes to us and earned by us, more importantly, if we are standing into that role, stepping into that role, always, whether we like it or not, whether it serves us or not, whether it makes us feel good or not. Let's not forget all the three pillars: stand up, lead, protect. Don't forget that this is a journey. Life is a journey. We were made perfectly imperfect. So don't give up. Don't throw in the towel. Fight ourselves to become better men. that will stand up, lead and protect. And perhaps most importantly, the outcome is we have future generation and generations of men that will stand up, lead and protect, and future generations of women that will look for men who stand up, lead and protect.